Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LALATE. How are you? It's a Sunday morning, and boy, you made it through the weekend. Almost done. You've crushed the weekend. It's incredible, great news. Within 24 hours, the Senate will be working on your second stimulus check. The Senate will be working on your second stimulus check and stimulus package. This is incredible, great news. New negotiators, new deals, new bills, new... almost everything new. But don't bet on a new hairstyle. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LALATE. I hope you're great and safe. It's a Sunday morning, and so it's such a great day. It's a renewed environment, and it's a lot of fun. And we had a lot of fun yesterday. And if you missed the recordings, of course, they're on the channel. But boy, there's some great stuff coming up today, and we got new lineups all across the board. If you've not subscribed, please do, because we're changing it up. A new live show at night, and a new holiday show in the middle of the day. You see some of the stuff from yesterday's recordings. The red peppers. You're like, okay, we're covering red peppers on this channel. People were like, dude, you're making me hungry. What did this turn into the food channel? But you're crushing the breakfast, so you ain't hungry right now. So make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. Oh. In addition to liking the video, look to the side. It's a live chat. Yes, this is an instant premiere. Of course, LALATE Early Mornings always is an instant premiere, which allows you to chat about whoever you want to chat about. You can chat about her hairstyle, but you can chat with your Purple Power friends, and I see how you're interacting in the comments. So it's absolutely incredible. You recognize each other, you see each other on a regular basis. It's like a morning breakfast that everyone just comes in and joins. So welcome. Make sure you chat on the side. For those of you who are super chat, thank you for that as well. And boy, we're gonna have a great day. It's just so exciting. So I'm so glad you're here. And there's so much breaking news. So let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you start here this morning is that within 24 hours, the Senate will be working on a second stimulus package. And this is incredible, great news. And there's so much happening that you're only going to find on this channel. Details that no one else is going to tell you. Numbers, accounting numbers, bill numbers, provisions, the negotiators, stuff you're never going to find anywhere else. And this stuff is just absolutely incredible. And if you missed it last night, let me give you a recap because it's just all hitting so fast. Tomorrow, the lead negotiator for the Republicans will be Mitch McConnell, and he is driving the truck. He is driving the Brinks money truck. It has the money in it, and it's metaphorically, not figuratively, of course. And that money could be coming to you very quickly. And so who is the other person who's in the passenger seat that's negotiating with him? It's not her. She doesn't let someone else drive the truck for her. It's a new person. Yeah, there's a new chief negotiator for the Democratic Party. And guess who he is? It's Joe Biden. Yes. Yesterday I broke that on this channel. You didn't hear it anywhere else until you heard it here. That it's no longer Steve and Nancy. It's now Mitch and Joe, because they have worked for many, many years together. Several decades. They know each other and they know how to get partisan things done, so that they're not partisan, so that they're nonpartisan, and it's categorically incredible. It's funny. When I broke this detail on this channel earlier in the day at I think it was about 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, then by 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Joe Biden made his acceptance speech. And his acceptance speech, in a way, mirrored everything of the Purple Power and mirrored everything that I had been telling you what was going to happen with your stimulus. So Joe Biden says, American people made a determination. They want us to cooperate. What he's referring to is the Purple Power in your stimulus. He's referring to partisanship, that it was enough of all this partisan bickering for upwards of 4 years, and certainly very, very bad partisanship for the last 4 months. And he said, hey, they said, get it done and work together. And this is incredible, great news that he actually has a spirit of the purple power. Everything he was talking about was purple power-ish last night. He said, I don't want to, I am a Democrat, but I am now a man of the people. I am here for America. I'm not here to be for my party. I'm not here to be for blue states or red states, which is absolutely incredible. And he says they want us to cooperate. Well, that was that. Earlier in the day, I detailed that that Joe Biden is the chief negotiator and that he will be driving the truck of Mitch McConnell. Because the problem that Joe Biden has is that, and I have to always say the obvious because sometimes people just don't know this, and I understand the politics is confusing and how things operate, so I always try to make things very simple for you, is that the Senate is now controlled by Republicans, and come this January, it's still controlled by Republicans. Joe Biden is a Democrat. He's in the White House, and that ultimately he needs to negotiate with the other side, Mitch McConnell, to get things done, because he can't just say, do it the way I want to do it, because Mitch McConnell's not his party. Mitch McConnell will do something on the other side. And so it's incredible great news is that these two people have worked for decades together. Joe Biden was previously a senator. He was a senator who ran for president, lost, ran for president again, lost, ran again, lost, and then finally won. And in those years, he came up in the wings just like Mitch McConnell. They are of the same breed. They are of the same generation. They worked side by side. They know each other very, very, very well. This is decades of work that they have done together, and the comments that came out yesterday was that Joe Biden will be the guy that's doing it with Mitch. And Joe Biden knows that he has to be bipartisan, because ultimately nothing will get passed besides even stimulus. Stimulus is the most obvious and easy and straightforward thing that has to be done right now, but nothing will get done if he doesn't act bipartisan. And so that is incredible great news. And so what I was detailing all day yesterday, I'm going to go over right now, is where is the numbers and where would the numbers land? Last night in his presidential acceptance speech, he said, we can definitely, in America, in one word, reach the possibilities. Everyone can go in and give dreams. I believe in possibilities for this country. We're looking ahead, America of jobs and giving respect and dignity. America that never leaves anyone behind, that never gives up. We're good people. This is the United States of America. Spread the faith, spread it all. I mean, that's all purple power language. It's absolutely incredible. It's about working as a team, working on both sides, agreeing to get things done, doing things that are better for the entire country, and not leaving anyone behind. And that includes giving dependents stimulus checks, giving an SSI and SSDI and SSI and Social Security people stimulus checks, and not excluding people based upon the fact that they're a dependent on someone else's tax return, and making sure that everyone gets unemployment, and make sure that that people are not evicted from their homes, and that we have that type of protections. And those are all great messages. So what's important to understand is that yesterday I explained that basically, hey, when we're looking at stimulus, we need to make sure that it's dialed in, and it's dialed in for you. And what's incredible great news is that when you do the numbers with me and you get those numbers out loud and clear, we can get those numbers in real tight. And we've been dealing with 5 months of really loose numbers, crazy numbers, wacko numbers. Numbers are just like, let's give some money over there, money over here, money over there, money over there. It's just like, that's not going to work anymore. Federal Reserve Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell last week said, you know what, you need to get stimulus out, and it does not need to be this. I mean, he didn't say crazy wacko, but that's basically what he was implying. It does not need to be everything. It just needs to be what's necessary right now. Necessary stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and frontline workers, and eviction moratoriums and mortgage forbearance, and those type of things need to be done right now, because it's so important. And what's important to understand is the numbers. So let's go over those. There's $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money that's sitting in PPP. And what I told you last night on the live chat is that when you go on social media and you tag this video and you share this video and you tag the politicians, say, hey, do this, refer to the items by where they are, not by the dollar figure, because a lot of these politicians don't know numbers, or they don't know them by the dollar figure. They know what it is. So there is unused CARES Act 1 PPP money sitting at SBA that can be repurposed for stimulus checks. Absolutely incredible, great news. And that money would give you a very nice stimulus check. And that's what these elected officials need to understand, that they can do that and they can take that out of the bottom line. What do I mean, the bottom line? So this is really incredible, great news to understand this morning, is that Mitch McConnell doesn't want the federal government spending crazy sums of money. Well, the great news is that there's a lot of money that has already been spent that you can repurpose for this stimulus package. So it doesn't cost you anything. You're not spending new money. This is what Mitch would love. Basically, Mitch would like a bill that's, for example, $10. Well, here what we're doing is I'm saying I can still give you a bill for even less than $10 because I have money sitting around. You could use this for stimulus. So when you look at the Problem Solvers bill, it was at 1.5 trillion and it had two stimulus checks, $1,200. How much is two $1,200 stimulus checks? It's about I'd say about $400 billion ish, approximately. So $1.5 trillion problem solvers bill, of which $400 billion is for two stimulus checks, one in March. Okay, what if we took out that $400 billion of the problem solvers bill and instead took the stimulus checks out of the $800 billion that's sitting around at SBA from CARES Act 1, which would amount to a $5,000 stimulus check. Instead of a stimulus check now, the Problem Solvers bill said one $1,200 stimulus check now and one in March. Why are we waiting for March? We can't wait to March. We need a lot more stimulus right now. So let's get rid of that $1,200 and $1,200 now in March in the Problem Solvers bill, which is about $400 billion. And let's instead use the $800 billion that's sitting around in CARES Act 1 at SBA. That's about $5,000 stimulus check. Send out a $5,000 stimulus check right now. That would then reduce the Problem Solvers bill by that amount we're taking out, about $400 billion. So instead of 1.5, it's 1.1. Mitch is probably just like grinning from ear to ear if he's seeing this video. 1.1, you can do a stimulus bill for 1.1. Yeah. Now, I do think you have to expand some things, potentially. I think that the weeks of unemployment benefits under the Problem Solvers bill are not wide enough. So you'll have to have a few more weeks. So maybe it'll grow to 1.2. But hey, I mean, I'm already in shooting aim of where Mitch wants to get this done at. Now, there's a lot of stuff in the Problem Solvers bill that we don't know what's in there that has always been sort of a little porkish, and that can be certainly taken out. But you know that unemployment benefits, UI, PUA, FPUC, those don't cost a lot of money, and that you need to get them done quickly for a bridge period of time, and you can come back and do some more in another period of time. What's also important to understand is that you don't have to do, you don't have to do this enormous amount of PPP. Every time there's been a stimulus package, they've done this PPP program, which is the business loan program. And boy, they keep on doing too much of it. It's always too much money for PPP. And I'm not saying it's just too much. I'm saying it because people don't apply for it. They don't want that much PPP. There's not that many people that want PPP loans. And so ultimately what you end up having is a lot of leftover PPP money. And so it's incredible great news, as we see in this video just alone, is that you can get the stimulus checks out with $5,000 stimulus checks, reduce the Problem Solvers bill to 1.1, and still have some extra money to maybe bring it up to 1.2 and get more money in your hands for unemployment benefits. That's how we're doing things. And in the next video coming up at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, I will be going over the other deal provisions and why you need to push very early on. Let me go over some incredible questions and comments from yesterday's video. Sherry, with a lack of closure, there's no time to waste for stimulus. Correct. Diana, pray for all those evicted. Amen. Connie, yes, stimulus for everyone. Gloria, Nancy, well, we're not going to talk about Nancy because she's no longer an issue. And then another comment about Nancy. Tammy, I would love to be a fly on the wall during the conversations. Stephen, I read on MSNBC that McConnell wants a smaller stimulus package. Of course he does. He doesn't want to do $3 trillion or $2 trillion. I don't want to do $2 trillion. Nancy talking about Mark Meadows, of course. Brenda, glorious morning, Purple Power family. It's the weekend. The wrestling continues. Push, push, push. Amen. Carol. Mitch said overnight he didn't see a need for a large stimulus package. Of course he doesn't need a need. I don't see a need a large stimulus package. Why are we doing bailouts for states? Why are we doing salary raises? Mitch will give money to states, but that money will be used narrowly tailored for you, frontline workers, hazard pay, police, fire and rescue, but it won't be, 900 billion. It's not necessary. And so with that, there's incredible great news. Coming up in the video after this, I'm going to explain more of what's going to unfold on Monday. So stay tuned. If you've not subscribed, go to the first channel, subscribe, because together we're going to get through this pandemic and we're getting our feet on the ground. We're moving forward. Also like this video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay LA for more.